it's Craftyria, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. My friend Valerie gave me an idea to have some videos with card sketches. So I went ahead and put together my first card sketch. This is just a basic card sketch, and it is on a sheet of paper that is 5.5 by 4.25, although you can use any size paper you like. I have the camera zoomed in on it so you can see. So what I will be doing today is I will be making a card using this card sketch, and I'm also going to put it up in my Facebook group. I'll make a card sketch album and I'll put it up in there. I challenge you to make a card using the card sketch and post your card there as well. This is my favorite sketch. It's a very easy sketch. I've used it countless times when I just don't know what else to do to make a regular card. So I decided I would start with this one. It's simple, it's easy. I thought it would be a good place to start. I usually use a piece of pattern paper here and a pattern paper here and some sort of a ribbon or a piece of paper there, some sort of an embellishment here, a flower, a button, something like that. And then I usually put a sentiment down in the corner. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to zoom out back to my normal, oops, wrong way, back to my normal screen. And let's go ahead and get started. I went in my scrap drawer and found 2 pieces of paper that were coordinating, and that's usually what I do. I love this floral. I think it's so pretty. And then I thought this pink went really good with it. So what I usually try to do is hold them together like that, because that's going to be the basis of the card. This is already cut down to the card base size because I wrangled up all my scraps. The 8.5, no. This is already cut down to 5.5 by 4.25. I will trim the edges a little bit so I can have a little bit of a white border. And then I thought this would go really cute along the bottom. And I found some ribbon in my stash that I thought looked really cute with it. That green to kind of bring out the green, and then my embellishment's going to be this really cool bright pink flower. So let's go ahead and get started. Since this is already pretty much cut to the size I want, I decided I want to keep this side up with the pink flowers. So I'm going to decide how I want this piece of paper to be, and I think that's going to be okay. And I want to decide how far up how far up I want it to be. I do like that little yellow flower poking through, so I might just do it like right about there. I think I'm going to do it with this edge. So usually what I do when I find what I want, I just go ahead and hold it there. I'll put a piece of washi tape or some kind of a removable adhesive, or if I don't have that handy, I'll just go ahead and put a piece of tape on the back. There we go. And then I can fold it over like that and put some adhesive on here. Since I already have this one piece cut to the size I need, I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not going to trim any of it off. Then I fold my paper back over, and then that's held in place. So then I will trim this down with my paper cutter. I'm going to turn it over first and kind of get the edge. And since I want to make it a little smaller, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit off. I'm going to cut it to about 5 3/8. And I took a little sliver off the bottom there, and just to even up this edge, I'm going to take just a sliver off of that. So there we have that. That was really easy. And then those pieces can go back in my stash for something else. So I have my card base, and I have this. So I just want to kind of hold it up on here and make sure it's the way I want it. I think that's good. It's just got a little bit of an edge. It's not too much. The yellow flowers peeking through, that other pink flowers peeking through. So we have a lot of things going on here, which is great. The next thing I want to do is to put my ribbon on it so I can fold it back behind. So I'm going to cut my ribbon just a little bit bigger than the card base. My dog is barking. It is a beautiful day here in Ohio. It was in the 70s all day. Now it's going to be storming. I think we have a cold front coming through, and we're going to have some pretty severe weather. So Jonah does not really like storms very well. And I don't know what he's exactly barking at, but just know that he's crazy. There we go. Have that. And I'm going to just fold these edges over. I'm going to trim this one a little bit and fold that over. So there's the basis of my sketch. Then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the card back. Base, back. I tried to say both at the same time and it didn't work out very good. I'm going to try to straighten out this ribbon that I kinked. There we go. I don't want it to make a big lump under the card. Make sure I have my card opening the right way. There we go. It's coming together quite nicely. And there is that flower. I thought that was really, really cool. I like it against that green ribbon a lot. And for the flower, I will use some of the art glitter glue. I'm just going to put it right on the back of the center part of the flower. I don't want to glue the whole thing down. I just want to glue the center part. I want it to be a little bit 3D on there. I usually use tacky glue for that, but the art glitter glue seems to dry faster, so I'm going to see if I like it. If it doesn't hold, I'll go back and put tacky glue at a later time. And then I thought I'm going to stay away from the bling for a minute, and I have these blue buttons that match that background, and I thought that would be a good centerpiece of that flower. I think that looks pretty good. And again, I will use some of the art glitter glue. Now you can put a piece of twine or something in the button if you want and tie it in a knot. I'm just going to go with simple there. And for my sentiment, I'm going to do something pretty risky. I'm going to stamp this thinking of you directly on the card. If it doesn't come out, I have a second plan, but I hope it comes out okay. And I'm just going to put it just right there. Now this I got at Big Lots for 59 cents. I got a bunch of little ones. I really need plain cards that say thinking of you because I want to send them to a nursing home. Right now the residents can't have visitors, and I thought it would be nice to send some cards. I have an address of a nursing home and a contact person. If you'd like to send them as well, just head over to my Facebook group and it's there. I'm using VersaFine ink in black. I love this ink. It is really, really good. I'm going to go ahead and stamp it on this scrap piece of paper just to see what it looks like. Just make sure it stamps okay. Make sure it's not crooked or anything. There. I think that looks really good, and I'm going to do my best and stamp it just as perfectly over here, just down in this corner. And what I like to do is just hold it there for a second. I don't like to rock it. I like to just hold it just to give the ink time to go into the paper. And that's the VersaFine ink. There, that looks really good. Now, if you wanted your sentiment to stand out more, you could stamp it on a coordinating piece of paper. And that's what I would have done. If this didn't come out good, I would have stamped it on a piece of blue paper and then just stuck it over the top of it. But there we go. Thinking of you, I'm going to leave the inside blank so I could write a nice message inside. And there is number 1 card sketch done. If you have a bunch of scrap papers, pick 2 coordinating ones, and you can make these just a ton at a time. All right, now I'm going to show you a way to make a recycled Christmas card using this same sketch. Because, you know, we all know I love to do that. So I went through my Christmas cards and I found one that would work. I found this card. I love this card. It is the candy canes and the green foil that says Happy Holidays. I just wasn't sure what to do with it, but it almost already looks like this card sketch. But instead of leaving it the same, I want to kind of do it up a little bit different. I could do it on a 5x7 card, but I decided I would keep it on the smaller size, the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to have to do some cutting. So first of all, this Happy Holidays won't fit and won't work. So I'm going to cut that off, and I want to kind of keep it intact because I can use it on another card. And I'm going to cut it so there is no white showing onto that. I want to cut it into the green. And then I will put that aside and use that for another card. And this here already looks like a piece of ribbon, and I'm going to go ahead and recycle that as well. First I'm going to cut that little green edge off. And that way the top and bottom will both be white. And then I will cut it into the white edge here. So there. That's going to be the ribbon on my card. And then I will cut the front of this off as usual. First, let me cut that white line off. And then cut the front of this card off. There we go. And that's going to be my patterned paper, so to speak, for the top of the card. And I'm going to go ahead and cut out the sentiment. I'm going to leave that intact as well. just in case I want to use it on another card. And I will put that in my card scraps box. And then I will be cutting the sentiment off. This is very thick cardstock on this card. It's really hard to cut. And before I throw these scraps away, I always make sure there's nothing on the back that I really want to keep. So I have that. While I have this out, I'm going to trim that odd edge off of the top just so I have a nice even thing to put in my scrap box. Alrighty, so let me get my other card base. Then I have this. That's going to be my ribbon, and I thought this really pretty green bling paper, sparkly green paper, would be good for the bottom of the card. I just have to decide how far I want it to come up. So first I will cut it to the width of the card so I don't waste as much of the paper. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it all the way to 5.5, even though I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Then I have to decide how far up the card I want it to be. I'm going to turn it over, kind of hold it onto the base of the card and decide where I want to make my cut. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to make my mark there. And then I will give this a cut. It ended up being 1 3/4 inches. There, I think that's really, really cute. So then I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other one. Actually, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I am going to line it up on my card right where I want it, and use my washi tape and put it on the front of this. Washi tape is not very sticky. I usually use painter's tape, but I can't find my painter's tape right now. For those of you that think I have a clean desk, I'm going to give you a secret. Only this part's clean. The rest of my desk is not really so clean. There's my dirty secret of the day. Okay, so I think that is pretty even, and that's the way I want it. And I'm just going to stick that piece of washi tape right there. And then I will put a piece of Scotch tape on the back because it holds really well. And then I will adhere this to it like I did the other one. Take that washi tape off. I'm going to do this. I can use art glitter glue for this since it's thicker paper. And it dries really fast. And then I will cut this down to size. First I will cut this edge to make it completely even. And then I will cut this down to about 5 3/8. Just measure it up on here and make sure it looks okay. Yes, that looks really good. Then I will take this piece and put it over that. I'll use my tape on this since it's one nice straight piece. And that also helps hold it in place. Then I will take my scissors and trim off the edges of my fake ribbon. There we go. That's going to look really, really cute. Then I will put adhesive on the back. This is really thick, so I can use my art glitter glue for it. I want to make sure I get it on both sides of that crease. And just stick it down to my card base. Now I went through my embellishments earlier and I found this sentiment that says Merry Christmas, and I thought the colors went really, really well with it. So I'm going to use that for sure. And I'll just put that down there. Again, following the card sketch. And for my embellishment for here, I found these, and I think those Christmas trees look fantastic with it. It's already raised up on some foam tape. It's very sticky, so I don't need to add any glue. And there, I will add that to it. I think that came out really, really cute. Then I have this to use for another card. I could cut it in half and put it on the inside if I didn't have anything else. But I have this, and I thought I would put it, look at that, it goes perfectly on that green piece that I cut off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, and look, you know what that means. This is better than Hallmark. Okay, there we go. I had to get my joke in for the day. I'm going to use my art glitter glue, especially because this is glitter paper, and I think the glue just kind of soaks into the glitter a little bit better than tape. Tape will sit on top of the glitter. Glue kind of goes in between the glitter and gets down to the paper. And then I will trim off the side. And put the sentiment on the inside. I hope this card sketch inspires you as well. I would love to see what you create. Head on over to my Facebook group and show us what you created with this card sketch. I would love to see it, and I'm sure everybody else would love to see it as well. So I did a regular card, using the card sketch with just scrap paper and a rubber stamp to say thinking of you, and then I recycled a Christmas card with this one. There we go. I love it. I'm so happy. So I will be doing these card sketches periodically. I hope they inspire you, and like I said, each time I will post it in my Facebook group, Create with Craftyria, and I would love for you to come over and share your work there as well. If you have a YouTube channel, feel free to use this sketch just so long as you give me credit and link my YouTube channel to yours. I'd love to see your videos as well, and so would the rest of my viewers. So thanks again for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I really hope you like this sketch. I can't wait to see what you make with it. And thanks to my BFF, Valerie, for giving me the idea to do this. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please click that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up. You can leave me a comment below and let me know if you are making the sketch, and if you have a YouTube channel and you're going to do this on your channel, feel free to link your video in my comments below. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. I appreciate all of you. And until the next time, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye.